Food on the International Space Station is pretty important, not just to keep our morale high and keep us energized, but also from a health perspective, we need the proper amount of macronutrients and calories to make sure our bone and our musculoskeletal structure remains healthy. On the ISS, there's a lot of different types of food options. We have thermostabilized foods, which if you've ever eaten military MREs, they are basically food that's been irradiated and pre-prepared, so there's no additional steps you need to eat this. You can heat it up to make it taste a little bit better, but you don't need to add water or do anything else. And this is our little oven that keeps things hot, so we'll go ahead and put that in there. We also have things like tortillas that are also commonly found in MREs, and we'll get that heated up. We also have sometimes commercial off-the-shelf items. I had a care package come up recently, and one of my things that I really love to eat is Spam. I'll keep that heated up. And then we also have freeze-dried food. So this is food that the Johnson Space Center Food Lab actually creates in their own lab. They'll go and buy ingredients locally and then prepare it with the right amount of salts and other nutrients, and then professionally freeze dry it. And what this allows the nutritionists to do is really curtail our intake to the right amount of nutrients and especially salt. A lot of times freeze-dried foods, when you buy them commercial off the shelf, have a lot of salt, and we want to control the amount of salt we are eating here in microgravity. And so right here I have scrambled eggs, and it has a barcode and it has an amount of water that you're supposed to add. Now the barcode is actually trackable, so we've got an app on our iPads and we can scan these barcodes, and that allows the nutritionist to track how many calories we're eating and the macronutrients. So this one says 75 milliliters, hot. We'll get that in. We call this PWD, it stands for the potable water dispenser, and what it allows is a range from 25 to 250 milliliters in either ambient or hot water for us to make coffee, drinks, food. And of course, all of this water is recycled. And so we have an amazing reclamation system, the environmental control life support system, and it reclaims all of the water on the station, whether that's from condensate or sweat or even urine. We are able to recycle that into pure, very delicious drinking water. So this is 75, we'll go ahead and put that in. And so hot water is now entering this little package. And then we'll go ahead and just kind of break that up a little bit, let it hydrate a little bit more. And then while it's hydrating, we can go ahead and throw it into our food warmer here. And we'll come back and make a meal. Okay, now that we've allowed our food to warm up a bit, it's time to get it from the food warmer. And we have a little bit of we have a table here, but it's a little different in microgravity. Now, everything in microgravity floats, and it makes it a little difficult to eat if all your food is floating away. And so what we do here is we have double-sided tape and we have Velcro here. And so sometimes a lot of our food packages have Velcro stickies on them, so you can just go ahead and Velcro it. And sometimes when they don't, we use the tape. Now this is just standard gray tape you'd find at any home improvement store. What we do is we have the sticky side facing up, and then we use another piece of tape to tape that part down. And so it's just tape, and so I can take any kind of item and just have it stick there. One of the things I miss most about home is, of course, my family and friends, but it's cooking. Cooking is something that I've loved, I've come to really enjoy, especially since the pandemic. And cooking for my kids is one of my favorite things to do. And one of the meals that they love the most is Spam and eggs. Thanks to Vapor, I hadn't thought of making that. She suggested that I should try and make it up here. And so what I've got is the scrambled eggs that I constituted earlier today. I've got some warmed up Spam. Thank you to Karen and my family for putting this in the most recent care package. And then I've got some good tortillas. It's easier to eat things when they're kind of collected in a tortilla. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Also from the last care package, gochujang sauce, which is one of my favorite things to add to anything. Now before we open up these packages, we kind of centrifuge it with a little flicking motion here. And that allows just all the food to kind of get to the bottom so it doesn't float away. kind of see some eggs are already kind of floating away here. So what I'm gonna do is maybe add some sauce, gochujang sauce, to kind of be it's a paste. And so anything that's wet or pasty helps food stick. And so I kind of use it as a little bit of a glue here, just like that. And then what we can do is add Spam. Now, eating in microgravity is a little different than on Earth. You just tend to naturally move slower whenever you do things in microgravity, because if you move fast, you tend to flick water droplets everywhere or food. And so moving slower tends to help with that. Try and squeeze the egg on here. See how that works. Okay, let's top it off with some. Okay, so it's kind of more like a Spam and eggs gochujang taco, but we'll see. I'm sure this will be good. And that's how we make food on the International Space Station. That's pretty good. On the space station, so one thing that we typically use is baby wipes.